business. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a Black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your shadow with me? Time to get You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Rob Report with Robin Ayers. Highlighting people and things you should know about. Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, what's up?
I'll get out of here, man.
Yeah, you can do it. Where you on your way to?
Up today. We heard it was coming.
I was just up on the app myself, man. What happened up there?
Wasn't no fox.
I was just running around. That's cool. You the man. You the man. All right.
I'm the man today. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Got a hold on life. I'm taking each day by day. Being strong. Know just where I go to as I get higher and higher. Dreams grow. Visions flow by. This is as good as it gets as I take another hit. Sugar, I can't stop. I won't stop. 'Cause I'm too cool. And what they say is true. Ooh, I'm full of smoke.
Good evening and happy Monday, KBLA delegation. Let me just start off by saying this. Y'all can't see what I can see. It's a camera in here on me, but the camera really needs to be in there on Andy because Andy is vibing and having a moment. Okay, Andy, tell us who this is.
My life go down.
This is Christian. They were a part of Rockefeller.
It's beautiful.
They was an R&B group that wasn't really popping, but you know what I'm saying, if you was a fan late 90s, 2000s of Rockefeller, they were a part of the Rockefeller camp. So this is one of their records called Full of Smoke.
Okay, let's hear some more.
Faces and places, catching different cases, surroundings is glorified. Same situation, nothing ever changes, just being a bona fide hustler.
It's bringing me all kind of joy to see Andy just enjoying this vibe. I love it. It sounds absolutely wonderful. And what a wonderful way to start off our Monday with such a wonderful vibe. Listen, I trust you all are well out there. I trust you've had an amazing day. By now, you know where I'm about to go. I trust you laughed today. I trust you were hugged today. I trust you took a moment to reflect upon how blessed you are and all that you have to be grateful for. I hope, like me, you had a chance to dance with joy, if but for a moment. Most of all, I hope someone told you that they love you, and just in case they did not, allow me to send you all the love your energy can hold, all the love your heart can hold, all the loving energy your heart can hold. To my friends in the thick of the drive home, thanks for welcoming the joy of engaging conversations into your car. Remember, we are here to keep you company and to make sure you don't get too frustrated in what can be rush hour traffic in Los Angeles. To our friends who are still at work or who've made it home safely, welcome to the Rob Report. Indeed, we do have a lot to talk about. We have a great guest tonight. We have a great conversation in store for you. In case this is your first time joining us, you are inside the Rob Report, where the beautiful and amazing Robin Ayers is the regular host. Absolutely, we give her props and her flowers. I am, however, Mischa Duffie. I am the host of The Backstory. every Saturday. Thank you, Andy, from 1 to 2 right here on KBLA Talk 1580. What a joy it has been to guest host for my colleague and my sister friend Robin for the last 4 nights. Special thanks also to our wingman, Andy, on the engineering board, who just does an amazing job getting us through every show and adds not just his energy and not just plays amazing music, but he has such a great perspective, and we always appreciate him inserting himself into the conversation because he does absolutely add value. You are always welcome to join the conversation by calling in at 1-800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. Let me also welcome into the Ride Report, the Ride Squad, in the YouTube chat tonight. Y'all are in there live, and I mean, good evening, Deborah and Penny and Pretty Brown Mimi. And did I miss anybody? Brother Alfonso. It's so good to see you all. Happy Monday indeed. Pretty Brown Mimi said, yes, Andy is youngish, but he has an old soul. We love everything about it. I appreciate you all and love you all so much. I know you all are going to be so excited to see Robin and hear Robin tomorrow. She is back tomorrow. But for tonight, let's get in. Before I introduce my guests and before I get into what we're talking about tonight, let's hit the trending topics. Topic number 1, a group of comedians you all have probably seen this trending. A group of comedians are signing on for the latest Zoom call to benefit Kamala Harris's presidential campaign. The call takes place tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, and it's called Comics for Kamala. Participating comedians include Ben Stiller, Jason Bateman, Cicely Strong, D.L. Hughley. We're going to talk more about him in a minute. John Hamm, Jason Bateman, Tom Arnold, Kathy Griffin, and many, many more. It is said, of course, that this call was inspired by a series of virtual calls that have raised huge sums of money for the Harris campaign since it launched on July the 21st. Of course, there was a White Dudes for Harris call last Monday that raised over $4 million. There was a White Women for Harris call that raised over $9 million. Black men and black women for Harris raised over $3 million, almost $4 million. People have been rolling up their sleeves and getting to work, and I love everything about it. So comics for Kamala Harris is tonight. Second trending topic, and not trending as hard, but I've been hearing a lot about this. So recently, Andy, I need you on this one. Recently, comedian D.L. Hughley apologized to Vice President Harris for a lie he said it was a lie about her when he lumped her into the category of politicians in California who locked up black men and made things worse for black men in California. This is what he had said. He has since acknowledged that he lied. He has acknowledged that he was wrong, and he says he's going to do everything he can to get the confirmed Democratic nominee into the White House. Here's the thing that's interesting, Andy. Unfortunately, D.L. Hughley is now getting pushback about his apology. He's being called a sellout, and what makes this so bad is he's being called a sellout by black folks. So I'm trying to figure out what's up. Did I miss something? When did taking responsibilities for your actions become a bad thing? Help me, Andy.
You will put me on the spot on this situation.
Because I'm trying to understand, make it make sense.
Look, I was talking to some of my friends over the past week.
Okay.
Since, Kamala has decided to, run for president or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And my friends are not happy.
Really?
We're talking about black men. If you listen to a couple of shows here on this network on Friday, this discussion with Kamala Harris was talked about or whatnot, and we've had some of our brothers call in and share their skepticism about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, and I know it's just one aspect of it, but a lot of black men are still upset about her locking us up for weed. They are still holding that against her because it was just like this is a black woman and you over here. But look, she had a job, right? I get it.
Right.
But people not going to care about that.
But here's
You locked
the
us
thing.
up.
But here's the thing, Andy. It insinuates that people can't grow and change, right? For whatever
True.
she did, right? When she did it as a prosecutor, I imagine she did it feeling like it was what she should do based on whatever was paperwork was presented before her, right?
Right.
But the fact that, 10 years later or more,
People don't forget. People don't forget.
but that's a sad commentary to me, because we should grow and evolve to
Absolutely.
a point where we have some sense of ability to forgive people. And I was just really saddened by the fact that, as you said, people don't forget, but that people are really pushbacking so hard on D.L. Hughley and calling him a sellout, like really just because he's apologizing?
Yeah. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, unfortunately.
Is that what that
And,
comes down to?
I mean, it's election season, and quite frankly, when people make a stance on something, you're going to ruffle some feathers.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody, unfortunately.
This is true. Well, thank you for that perspective. Topic number 3. One of the things I can appreciate is that Kamala Harris's star, despite what Andy just shared and what we know and we keep hearing, there are many videos circulating online about black men who don't intend to vote for Kamala Harris or haven't made up their mind. That is what it is. But I appreciate the fact that as her star rises, other folks' stars are rising as well. And last week we talked about Saturday Night Live, the young lady who portrayed Kamala Harris in 2019 and 20, and she's back to start again. There's also another comedian named Allison Reed who has gone viral online for impersonating Kamala Harris, and she's getting a lot of attention, millions and millions of likes and retweets and all this other stuff. But she also recently was on this interview. Randy, can we hear this clip real quick?
Vice President Kamala Harris
Are you ready to get to work?
rocketing to the top of the Democratic presidential ticket.
Yes, you may clap.
Not necessarily a laughing matter,
It's a Kamala phenomenon.
unless you're a comedian, like Allison Reese.
First off, I'm hilarious.
Her impressions of Harris have lit up social media, a few getting millions of views.
We did it, Joe. I am the perfect nominee.
Reese started impersonating Harris back in 2019.
It's story time.
President Joe Biden's sudden end of his campaign and handoff to Harris has boosted the LA-based comedian's platform.
It was like a cartoon with my jaw on the floor for a good 3 minutes, and I was just in shock. It's go time. Let's do this. Let's make content.
Give us the breakdown of what makes a good Kamala impression.
With the laugh, you got to start off it's a big energy, and then you really say it's
But then also, you gotta get the cadence, okay? And let me be clear. The cadence, okay? So important.
Harris herself has said she likes impressions of her,
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
namely from SNL's Maya Rudolph.
I grew up watching Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
So the thought that anyone would be in any way depicting me on Saturday Night Live was just, I was a bit overwhelmed.
Harris.
There we go. Listen, Andy, I think she got it. You think she got it? She has it down packed for real. For sure, the laughter, and then what was the other thing? Oh, Vice President, I'm talking. The cadence. Yes, that's what it was. The cadence, and I'm talking. She got it all. She got it all. So hats off to comedians who are stepping up. And if you have not caught the framework for tonight, I'm talking about all things funny. I'm talking about comedians with the special guest who is our special guest who is a comedian. She's also a screenwriter, songwriter, and an actress. She's been on Martin Lawrence's First Amendment stand-up on Stars, Def Comedy Jam, Showtime at the Apollo, Comedian Central Improv, Tom Joyner Morning Show, BET's Comic View, and a host of other prominent comic hubs. She has also performed at colleges, stadiums, churches, nightclubs, and theaters all over the country and Europe, and has even entertained our American troops overseas. She's been busy, y'all. My guest has also been the feature and opening act of Bernie Mac. This shows you how long ago, how far back her career goes. Bernie Mac, George Wallace, D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, and Chris Tucker. Her name is Edwanda White, and I am tickled pink and honored to welcome Edwanda to the Raw Report. Good evening, sis. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, everybody? What's going on?
I'm telling you, you going on. That's what's going on. You and this amazing career that you have. Listen, you have been so busy. I'm just, again, grateful that you were able to stop and take a few minutes and hang out with us tonight. So thank you for that. Before we get into unpacking your career, I did want to get your take, if you have any thoughts on a couple of the things that I talked about tonight in terms of trending topics. So what's your thought about comics for Kamala tonight, the Zoom call?
Well, you know what? I'm going to keep it light, and I'm not going to get into politics,
Sure.
but I support anything that the comedy community is getting with the candidate that they choose, and I think that's a great thing. I will say I'm with her, so we already know what it is with that.
Yeah.
And I hope they raise lots and lots and lots of money. And anybody who has anything negative to say about anybody who wants to raise money for their candidate, then that's just haterade. You know what I'm saying? So they need to stop it and knock it off.
I hear that. And then
Period.
Yes. And then what are your thoughts about the comedians, the female comedians who are coming out to impersonate her? Are you enjoying that as much as others are?
I am. I think it's great because a lot of presidents that we have are kind of, hard to impersonate. And so for her being, the vice president right now and she's a candidate, I think it's great that they're impersonating a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'd like to see more of that. So it's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
And the girl that you just played, she's dead on. I like hers. She's one of the best ones right now, and I like to see more girls doing it.
Amen. So that said, I want to start here with you. So 20 plus years later, you are as busy as ever, Edwanda. And in your recent IG post, you said this: I love working and traveling the world, making people laugh. I love this life, and I thank God every day that I still have loyal fans that still buy tickets to see me after all of these years. I'm wondering, reflecting back, did you see yourself having a 20 plus year career? Hold that thought. When we come forward, I love to hear your answer to, did you see yourself having a 20 plus year career in the comic industry? This is the Raw Report right here on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl Takara Williams here with Robin Ayers on the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. If you ain't here, baby, hurry up.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. Tavis is like George and Wheezy. He's moving on up. Last year, Tavis was number 45 on the Talkers magazine list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. Wait for it. The 2024 list was recently released, and Tavis has jumped to number 33 on the list of the nation's most important talkers, making him the highest-ranked African-American on the coveted roster. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got you black.
Hey, I got a question for you. You hate bending over to put on your shoes? Wish you should just put them on standing or sitting without ever having to touch them? If so, then I have the shoe for you. Introducing new hands-free Skechers Slip-ins. With new Skechers Slip-ins, you just step in and off you go. You don't even need to lace up. So how do Skechers Slip-ins work? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide right into place. So just step in them and go. Find new hands-free Skechers slip-ins for the whole family at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin Ultra Strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it, yeah, roll it, yeah, drop it. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl, yeah. It's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Rob Report. With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you are. And guess what? We are grateful that you are here. Happy Monday to those of you who are just tuning in. I am Mischa Duffie. I'm guest hosting for Robin Ayers tonight. And my guest is comedian Ed Wanda White. Before I get back into my conversation with Ed Wanda, I wanted to acknowledge Terry. Terry said, Andy, I'm a black man and I love President Kamala Harris. Tell those guys that I said it. Pretty Brown Mimi said, some black men will date and marry mixed race women but aren't voting for Vice President Kamala Harris because she's not black enough. Interesting. I do find that very interesting and actually very sad. But, you know, we have options and we have choices and we get to do what our conscience tells us. So, as Wanda said a moment ago, you know, people get to pick their candidate and go in the way of the candidate that they feel works best for them. Wanda, I had asked you before the break, you have now been in the thick of a wonderfully successful 20-plus year career. And when you look back on your start in your career, did you see it running this long?
You know what? I really didn't. And I'm going to tell you right now, when the pandemic came and all of the comedians, we couldn't do shows. I mean, all of us, we thought it was over. We're like, what is going on? We, you know, our income got cut. We're like, what is going on? So I'm thinking, if I am not a comedian, what am I, right? So I had a lot of soul searching to do. But, girl, after the pandemic, I'm telling you, I hit a surge like never before, as if I was just a whole new comedian again, and I work more now than I ever did. That's why I was saying on my Instagram how grateful I am for this life, because a lot of people had to quit. They had to go back home. They had to do a lot of things, and people don't even know. You know, people, we're funny and everything, but life is hard out here, you know, and when life is hard, people rely on us to make them laugh. But we like, hey, we over here crying too, so how are we going to be over here being funny? But it's just amazing that I still have fans that remember me from, like, Comic View back in the day and stuff like that. And it's funny that I have fans now that say, oh, you my favorite comedian, oh, I love your comedy, and they weren't even born when I started.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not new. I'm old.
Right.
I've been here.
But
you know
what?
But
that's the beauty
it's crazy.
That's the beauty of video, right? And that's the beauty of online material, because you get to still see people that, as you said, they may not have been around, the people who are watching may not have been around when you started, but because your legacy has been so long, your work has been so extended over the years, people still get to enjoy you, and that has to feel good. Now, I do want to ask a question.
It feels real good. It
about
feels good. People still come up to me and be like, "Oh, you the Jesus is the homie lady. Oh, I seen Jesus is the homie."
Yes.
And I was back in the day. I don't even do that joke no more. You know what I mean?
Wait a
But
minute,
people still see
but
me.
I need those who don't know Jesus is the homie. I got 2 minutes. Can I get it in, Andy? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
listen.
just saying, that's the thing that people still remember.
Church and find you a good man, right? So I found this brother, you know, he was a gangster, you know, so he took me to the gangster church, okay? Now I want y'all to go with me. If you want to go with me, say, I'll go with you. I want y'all to clap. Y'all been to church, go, dun, 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 dun. Let me tell y'all what happened at the gangster church, right? Big old blue sign. You know, Pookie and them Tabernacle of Faith, you know what I'm saying? It was all good, and the choir was marching in. They having their khakis and they Raiders jerseys, you know what I'm saying? And they was marching in, and that was just the women. So, you know, they fell on in there. So, you know, that the big player got up there, you know, he had a Jerry curl, y'all. He had a big old gold tooth. He said, word up. We up in his house of God, y'all. And we finna bust this A and B selection for y'all. And the first song we finna bust is called Jesus is the Homie. I said, okay. Old player got to sing and it was kind of cool, y'all. He said, I say Jesus is the homie. We be kicking it all the time. The choir said, he the homie. I said Jesus is the homie. We be kicking it all the time. The choir said, he the homie. I said on Monday, he the homie. I said on Tuesday, he the homie. And then I said on Wednesday, he the homie. And then all day Thursday, he the homie. And then again on Friday, and then all day Saturday, and then again on Sunday, he the homie. I was like, hey, he the homie. You don't know like I know. He the homie, yes he is. Woo. Woo. Woo, I'm getting the homie go.
That bring back memories right there.
We will be right back. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Avery Wilson, and you're watching It's Robin Ayers.
More of The Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Doug Davis with the latest from the Black Information Network. All eyes will be on Philadelphia on Tuesday when Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate will hold a campaign rally. Harris spent the weekend interviewing prospective running mates, including Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. The Pentagon says Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who was black, was surprised by the plea deal reached with 3 men behind the 9/11 terror attacks. Austin revoked the deal Friday that would have allowed the accused plotters to avoid the death penalty. The deal sparked outrage from some intimately connected to the attack. New technology being tested in the UK to identify those at risk of a heart attack is being called a game changer. It uses AI to detect inflammation in the heart that CAT scans and X-rays can't see. Heart inflammation is linked to a greater risk of cardiovascular disease and deadly heart attacks. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
In Baldwin Park, 2 left lanes are currently blocked, with an accident on the 10 West after the 605 causing heavy traffic flow in the area. Continue to watch for heavy delays back on the 110 North and South LA before Adams Boulevard as an accident remains on the right shoulder. In Van Nuys, on the 405 North before Sherman Way, drive carefully and watch for an accident on the right shoulder, also causing heavy traffic flow. In Laguna Hills, there's some slowing on the 5 North between La Paz Road and El Toro. Also, as you continue onto the 5 North in Tustin between Tustin Ranch Road and Ball, expect a 10 to 15 minute slowdown.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com.
At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more, all at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to blindster.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Simone Biles came up short in her quest for 5 gold medals in the Summer Olympics, but she leaves Paris as one of the most decorated gymnasts in the history of the sport and perhaps the greatest of all time. Simone won the silver medal in the floor exercise. She failed during her balance beam routine and did not score high enough for a silver or bronze. Simone ended up with 3 gold medals and 1 silver in Paris. She now has 11 Olympic medals in her career, 7 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. She has the second highest Olympic medal count in gymnastics history. It's possible that what we saw on Monday might be the last time we'll see Simone in Olympic competition. At age 27, Simone will be 31 when the Summer Olympics comes to LA in 2028. Simone hasn't announced her intentions for 2028, but it's rare for gymnasts to compete in their 30s. If Simone's career is over, we have a lot of special memories to cherish. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
I need you, dollar, that's what I need.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates small businesses, the enduring lifeblood of our community, with the launch of the KBLA SMB Marketplace. For the first time, small to medium-sized businesses will have an opportunity to promote their goods and services on KBLA and take advantage of our powerful reach and local marketing power. The SMB Marketplace is hosted exclusively on KBLA1580.com and is accessible from all our social media channels. Whether you're a small mom and pop restaurant, a car dealership, or a professional practitioner, we invite you to join in this new KBLA Talk 1580 initiative to promote your business. As a black-owned small business, you don't want to miss this unique opportunity to gain new customers on KBLA Talk 1580. For more information, contact us today at smb@kbla1580.com. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
And if I share with you my story, would you share your shadow with me? Time to get
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Are you tired of being stuck without internet access? Connect and go with LA County Library. It's simple. Visit your local LA County Library location and borrow a hotspot for free to get Wi-Fi wherever you are.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. Keeping you informed about what's really going on. Who's got next? And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
You know, I remember when we first started this song. All the fellas, Tim, Raphael, who me? I'm Dwayne. And I'm an Aquarius. You Trinidad and Tobago for a while. We met a few friends, had a good time, you know.
Welcome back into the Rob Report. I am Mischa Duffie. My guest name is Edwanda White, and we are talking about her beautiful, long, consistent career in helping most of us, all of us, through challenging times. Before we went to the break, we listened to Edwanda's clip, Jesus is the Homie. Edwanda, you said it brought back memories from you. One of our friends in the YouTube chat said, I remember when Edwanda did this at Comic View. What comes up for you?
Yeah, that was from Comic View.
Yeah, what comes up for you when you hear that clip all these years later?
Oh, my goodness. I was really young in the game, and that right there, that joke got me on the map, really. Like, I started working everywhere just from that joke alone.
Really?
Like, it's amazing that one joke could just change your whole life.
And
that one did. People, I made money from, like, ringtones where people was having, like, Jesus is the Homie ringtones.
Really?
Everything. Remember back in the day they used to have ringtone, girl, please. It was the gift that keep on giving.
Now speaking of this particular joke, how do you come up with your jokes? I mean, I know different people have different writing strategies. I know you also said you are a situational comedian. So where did something like Jesus is the Homie, how was that inspired?
Okay, like, I believe that comedy is life and life is comedy. Now, everybody don't see it that way, but I do. And it's funny in everything. I write for other people, too. I only write for men. Like George Wallace, I've written for him. You know, Michael Collier, J. Anthony Brown. You know what I'm saying? A lot of old style men, you know. And so you think like them, and you have uncles that are like them, so you can write in their voice. I think that anything, like if you go, everybody who's black, if they've ever gotten their hair pressed, they won't know what it feels like to get their neck burnt with the pressing comb. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's like a common thing that everybody will be like, oh, yes, I remember hating getting my hair pressed. So my whole thing is I like to tell stories. Everybody doesn't do it that way. Some people do flat stand-up comedy. I don't. I do the characters. I work it out. I like to dance around. I like physical comedy and telling a story where they can see all the characters, the auntie, the grandma, the kid, doing the voices. I can't do no impersonations like those girls, but I could do characters. You know what I'm saying? And people love to see all that stuff in one thing so they can relive the story. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because, you know, even in preparing for our conversation and I was going through the slew of videos you have online, you command the stage. You're all over the stage. As you said, you're singing, you're dancing, you're becoming these characters. I'm wondering, you just said that you write for other people. How do you know what to keep and what to give away to someone else?
If it's funny to you, it's probably funny to a lot of people because we are like our worst critics. We always think everything we do is bad. Like to me, to this day, I still hate watching myself. Like after I tape an event or something, I can't watch myself because I always think I did something wrong or that somebody gonna hate it or why did I wear that? So I don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like radio, and that's how I got relevant all over again and hit another surge because my homeboy, y'all know Earthquake, he put me on his radio show. I'm a regular on Quake's House, and when I got on there with the radio format, it gave me, I didn't have to see the people. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to be shy and a comedian. I'm not shy, but I don't like people looking at me. You know, it's weird.
And Wanda, I just need to tell you, that doesn't make any,
for real.
And Wanda, I just need to tell you, that don't make no sense, right? Because you are up there, you standing up there in front of everybody.
Looking at me.
So let me ask you this. Okay, having said that, so what do you, how do you get yourself through the moment when you're up there for 40 minutes, an hour, and people are looking at you? Do you just tune the crowd out and focus on what you're going to say? How do you make it through a segment?
I do. I do. It's like Beyonce when she turned into Sasha Fierce. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
She
Okay.
just do her own little hum, you know, and just black everything out. So it's just like when you go to your job. When you at home, you don't want to talk about what's at your job.
Right, right.
But when you get to your job, you do your job, and then you go home. Me, when I get on that stage, put that mic in my hand, and at first I'm looking like, oh my gosh, everybody's staring at me. Then I lock in and be like, okay, I'm at work. And I go into work mode. Some people feel, when they watch me, they be looking at me like I'm a whole, like I went into a zone. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm just so immersed in what I'm doing that it doesn't make me nervous after the first laugh. It's almost like a thing where, like you being hypnotized. As soon as you get that first laugh, it's that thing that says, bloom, you're under a trance, and you do your thing. And then at the end, you release it when they clap in and, you know, they telling you, oh, it was great or whatever. I know it's weird, and I don't think I've ever said that in any forum, but it's true.
But can I just say this? You're too humble to say this, but this is the way I see it at Wanda. I believe it's the anointing of God, right? And just like a preacher who stands up in that pulpit, they're not the same person in the pulpit that they are out of the pulpit, meaning they aren't always in preacher mode, right? But once they stand up in that pulpit and they have that mic and that Bible in front of them, they are locked in and they are one with the Holy
It's
Spirit.
what it is. That's what
right?
it is.
And
It's
so that's
God's
what I
work
hear you saying.
working through me.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I agree with you there. And me being a spiritual person, you already know you in my wheelhouse, girl.
Exactly.
Talking about, you know, what God can do. So I agree with that he, you know, makes you just into a whole little zone, and he protects you with that.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, if I opened my eyes and didn't go into a zone, I would freak out because I don't like people like just staring at me like thousands of people. And it's anxiety. I would just be like frozen.
Wow.
But I don't. After that first, I say that one thing, and then they start laughing, and I go into a trance. And after that, I just do my thing. I mess with people in the crowd. It's almost like I'm fearless.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I love the word you just used, fearless, because I promise you that's how you come across in your stand-up. You come across as very fearless, as somebody who knows you were born to do this, and it makes it just so much more engaging, and it allow you just invite people in with your fearlessness. That said, what and when did you decide? You just said, I love God. When and why did you decide to go clean comedy and make your comedy more spiritually centered?
You know what? Okay, I did change because I've always been raised in the church, but when I did Def Comedy Jam, and back in the day, the first time I did it, everybody told me that I couldn't do well in New York with that crowd if I tried to do a clean set. And I was clean the whole time. And they said, if you don't curse or do anything, they gonna eat you up. Girl, I went up there cursing like a sailor, F-bombs, this and that and that. Of course I killed it or whatever, but to this day, I wonder if I had just done the clean set that I wanted to do, if they would have accepted it and if I would have done well. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, now we'll never know. You feel me?
Right. But I will say this, Wanda, when I saw clips of you cursing, I couldn't appreciate it. I was just like, that's not even her, because I feel so much more connected to you through your clean comedy than I did when I saw you cursing. And like you said, you would never know. But I will say this to that. I appreciate that you allow conviction to set in. And when we come forward, we're going to talk more about that conviction, more about your career. This is the Rob Report right here on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Eric Bellinger hanging out right here with my family at the Rob Report. Keep it locked.
You're inside the Rob Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, LA, it's time to step up and be a climate change hero. Go Metro and help us shape a better future for all Angelinos. From enhancing our diverse communities to preserving our planet, Metro is dedicated to making a positive impact with every ride. Start your journey at metro.net.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8% must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/1/24.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us for a book party celebrating The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. Almost 2 decades ago, the Covenant book, compiled and edited by Tavis Smiley, climbed to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list and stayed there for weeks. The first book by a black-owned publisher to achieve such a feat. The urgency of the issues that matter most to black fellow citizens has only intensified, especially in this critical election year. On Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m., come meet Tavis Smiley alongside Covenant contributors including Cornel West, Connie Rice, Mark Ridley Thomas, Elisa Orduna, Tyrone Howard, and Melina Abdullah as they sign copies of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. You can purchase your books on site and get them autographed. That's Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m. in the city of Los Angeles. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Rob Report. With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Indeed, you are, except I am Mischa Duffie, guest hosting for Robin Ayers, who will be returning tomorrow. My guest, speaking of guests, my special guest tonight is comedian Edwanda White. She has been locked into this comedy life for over 20 plus years. She has performed on amazing stages, Tom Joyner Morning Show, Def Comedy Jam, Showtime at the Apollo, and she has performed with the likes of or opened up for Bernie Mac, George Wallace, D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer. She holds her own, though, and we just played one of her clips. I have another one that I want to play, but before I do that, I want to just go back
where
to.
You get these clips from?
Don't be asking for. Wait a minute. I want to ask you though. Before I forget, I want to ask you about this conviction, right, and how it set in for you that you wanted to go spiritually centered versus not.
Okay, I travel all over the world, and I do all shows. Like, some comedians say they're a Christian comedian. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Christian comedian. I'm a comedian that happens to be a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I love the Lord and everything, but I'm not a Christian comedian, which means that I only do churches. I'm into outreach. I feel like my gift can be used anywhere. You know what I mean? I do schools, I do colleges, I do clubs. And I have gone on right after somebody really, like, cursed and said all kind of crazy stuff. It don't bother me. I don't judge nobody. I'm going to do me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to lock in and do me. I never got intimidated by that. Oh, they not going to like it because it's clean. No. It's only two type of comedians in this whole world, and that's, are you funny or are you not funny? That's the two comedians, a funny one and a not funny one. And a lot of times people say, oh, clean comedy not funny. Well, it's the comedians that you saw that was not funny. Not that because it was was clean. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people need to stop that and look at the talent and look at the ministry and what the people are doing. Because I know a lot of comedians that are clean and they are hilarious.
Yeah.
So to me, I wanted my ministry to be out there to represent my family, to represent what God wants me to do. And I'm telling you, I was out there making big money doing all these nasty girl tour and this and that and the girls of so-and-so and all this kind of stuff after I did Def Jam when I was cursing. And my agency at the time was really encouraging me because they was getting a lot of requests for me. But I was feeling bad. I wasn't feeling good in my spirit. I was like, this is not right. I don't feel good about this. And I walked away from that money. And guess what? I was scared for about maybe 6 months because I was like, ooh, no phone calls. Ooh, but I done messed up. But guess what? 6 months later, God increased my territory, and I was making, if not the same, if not more, doing what I really felt was good in my spirit. And that's where I'm at right now. Let me tell you what God can do. And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody who has a talent, you can do it your own way. Because people can spot a fake a mile away. If you are in your own truth, whatever that is, people get with it, and they love it. They love your personality. They love that you true to yourself or whatever it is. I don't want no little kid repeating my joke and have to be saying something nasty or nothing like that. I don't want to have to be hiding that I'm doing a gig for my grandmama because I know I shouldn't be doing it over here or there. I do comedy everywhere now, and I don't got to hide from nothing because I know what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? I know that I'm representing myself in a positive way. I don't got to hide. I don't got to live no double life or go against what my upbringing is or nothing. I just do me, and I'm enjoying comedy again like never before with a new, fresh perspective, and I just thank God for it. I'm telling you right now.
Well, let me say this.
I was done.
No, and look, and God ain't finished with you yet. Let me tell you, thank you
God just getting started.
We need to pass the plate.
I was like, ooh.
Look, we need to pass the plate.
I was like, ooh, I do have a degree. Let me go on and get me a job. Guess we ain't going to be doing no more comedy. You know what I'm saying?
And God had other
look
plans.
At me now.
Look at you now. God had other
plans.
He had other plans.
Come on, somebody.
Yeah, so let me say this. I just need to take you. You've been looking forward and moving forward, but can I just take you back down memory lane real quick? Listen to this.
Ooh,
Andy, you ready? Yep. Andy, you was ugly anyway. Here we go. Listen to this one.
Let me tell you what.
Oh, Lord.
When you're going through something, when you're broken-hearted, ladies, the best way to get over it is to do what? Is to hear that song that make you feel better. Am I right? Only thing is, when you're going through something and you're really, really broken-hearted, you will never hear the right song. It's always some Natalie Cole, some crying song that make you feel worse, you know what I mean? I really wish they had a song that'll make you feel lifted up. That's why I wrote the song. Y'all want to hear it? This the perfect song. When a brother dogged you out, ain't called you back or nothing, you don't know why, and you hear this song, this will make you feel better. I want y'all to clap your hand. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. You was always broken, didn't have no money, cheated on me, bet you thought it was funny. Living with your mama, ain't got no dreams. Why you gotta be so mean? You was ugly anyway. That's why I broke up with you. You was ugly anyway. And you was always acting like a fool. You was ugly anyway. Don't know why I wasted time with you, 'cause you was ugly anyway. And I'ma tell your mama on you. Big old head and you look like a monkey. Need to take a shower 'cause you sure was funky. I just thought you was a really nice man, and that's why I gave you a chance, but you was ugly anyway. I love y'all, Chicago. Peace.
That was right. I was in Chicago with that one.
Girl, oh my God. And Wanda, you are amazing. You are so amazing. What sister who just broke up with a guy or had a guy broke up with her can't turn that on and wipe them tears away?
I know that's right.
So again, you wrote that, right? That's yours. You wrote that. What inspired that? Was it a breakup for you, or was it someone else's breakup?
It wasn't a breakup for me. It was a breakup for one of my friends.
Okay.
And I remember talking to her, like, she was like, girl, I can't believe this and that and that. And I was like, girl, he was ugly anyway. And then I flipped it that it was me.
Oh my God, that is so
good. Girl, he was ugly anyway. And she fell out laughing. But anyway.
But I will say that thank you. Can I just say this before I lose you? I just want to say thank you for the joy of your ministry, and I love that you are owning it. I love that you said a moment ago, don't try to be somebody else. Be you, and know that as the scripture says, our gifts take us before great men, and they make room for us, right? And your gift is making room for you. As we said a few moments ago, you are busier than ever, and you are, what is the word I want to, you are unique. Like you aren't like anybody else, and I think that's your secret sauce, that you are who you are. What would you say is your secret sauce?
I appreciate that so much, and I received that. You know, I'm just blessed. I'm so grateful about everything. It's not even, to me, when I'm getting up there as a comedian, my intention is not even to be funny. My intention is to change lives. I want people to think a different way. And so when people laugh at something and they see something a different way, it makes them think and go home and take it, receive it. And so laughter is a ministry, and I really take it seriously. And I love when people come up to me and say, oh, my God, I was so sad today, or I had a divorce, or somebody died in my family, and what you said made me laugh, or whatever. That is what it's all about. It's changing lives. And if you're not using your ministry or your gift to uplift people, then you're using it wrong.
Amen. Listen, we're going to leave it right there. No better way to end this beautiful conversation. I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you for making time with us. Listen, if you all want to get some of Edwanda live and in person, she's going to be at the Perfectly Clean Comedy and a Taste of Jazz coming up on August the 24th at the Allen Chapel AME Church, and then Comedy Night on August the 31st at the San Antonio Winery. Please check her out. Up next is The Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. I invite you to join me Saturdays at 1 p.m. and Sundays at 3 for the backstory right here on KBLA Talk 1580. Robin Ayers is back tomorrow. Until then, y'all stay grateful, stay kind, stay safe, and stay inspired.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis with the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden met with his national security team as tensions rise in the Middle